What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have bought another car. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a process. I got rid of the Porsche, and I just wanted something newer and reliable, and that I don't have to worry about all the time. And I got a Volkswagen, so that made a lot of sense. But it's lower mileage, it's newer, it's super comfortable, and today we're going to make it not comfortable. So yeah, coilovers, because obviously when you buy a car for the first time, you got to get rid of this right here. So it's not even, honestly, it's not even that bad, but yeah, I gotta slam it obviously. So I have a pair of coilover, or a set of coilovers that we're going to be installing today, and I have some wheels on the way that I think will also be in this video. I'm not going to say what wheels they are until we see them, but they are freaking sweet. So we're taking this car to Monterey Car Week in about a week. So we're going to try to do coilovers today, in a day. I've done it before. It's going to take me all day for sure, but we're going to get it done. And the wheels should be coming in like hopefully 3 or 4 days. And I have some tires sitting in the back. I don't know if maybe you can see them. Yeah, I got some tires there already. Those are coming. And then I know one problem when you're doing coilovers on these Volkswagens, and I think the newer Audis as well, because this is basically an Audi S3. But they have DCC, which is dynamic chassis control, which is basically just your suspension can get softer or harder depending on if you're in race mode or comfort mode or whatever. So when we put coilovers on, we're obviously not going to have that, and it's going to throw engine codes. So I got a DCC delete kit that should be here on like Monday, and so we'll be putting that on as well, just to make sure we don't have any check engine lights and weird fucking things going off. So yeah, we are going to get started. This is going to be a long day. It's like 100 and something today in Arizona, and luckily I got the AC going. I hope it's not too loud in these videos, but I'm not turning it off, so sorry, but not really. Yeah, let's get to work. Let's open the coilovers. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, maybe we can do a quick tour of the car. So obviously Golf R, all-wheel drive, 2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder, making 300 stock. These wheels, I don't know. Everyone says they look good, but I don't like them. And fitment wise, I don't know. It's honestly not bad. Like, it's pretty good for stock, and the fitment's really solid. So hats off to VW for having a decently stanced car from the get-go, but not good enough for me. We can go inside real quick. Super nice interior. One of the things that really drew me to it. Obviously, I had to get manual and fully digital dash, which is super sweet. You get CarPlay off the bat. The seats are freaking beautiful. They hug you really nice. But yeah, solid. I got the 4-door because I couldn't find a coupe. And I have a carbon wing coming soon. Should be here today actually. And yeah, it came with smoked out taillights, which I don't really like, so I'll probably peel those off after the car's lowered. We need to get an exhaust soon because this thing's kind of quiet. It's not bad for stock, but you know, gotta make it louder, obviously. So yeah, we'll have beauty shots at the end when we get wheels and coilovers and stuff on. Maybe I'll have beauty shots in Monterey. I don't know, but let's go get the coilovers. So here we have everything laid out. We have 2 main struts for the front, and then 2 rears, and then 2 springs for the rear as well. I'm not sure if this is going to be straight into the cabin and you have to unscrew from the inside, or if I'm going to have to transplant the top hat. I'm assuming I'm going to have to transplant the top hat because I'm pretty sure German cars you screw up from underneath and you don't have to go inside the cabin, but we'll find out eventually. So anyway, the reason I ordered these instead of BCs, because my first thought was to order BC coilovers, I needed these before car week, and I wanted custom spring rates, and BC would not have gotten me on time. And these guys actually sell these with the spring rates I was going to get anyway. So I got 12K in the front and 10K in the rear, so very stiff. I'm going to be driving static on some nice wheels, and I want my fitment to be good, and I don't want rubbing, so I got stiff springs. It's going to ruin the ride a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So we got these guys. They look absolutely beautiful, but you know, the real test is going to be driving them, obviously. So let's get started and start on the front, I guess. Okay, so we're under driver's side front, and as you can see, this is the DCC module right here, and we have a plug right here, so we're going to pop this plug out, and then we have our sway bar end link going up to the back. You can't really see it, but it looks like there's a massive Torx and then a nut on this side, so that's going to be interesting. Oh wait, no, what am I talking about? Oh, the Torx is on the bottom. So we have a collar down here that grips, you know, the strut, and so there's a nut on this side, and then the bolt that runs through is a pretty big Torx. So I'll let you guys know what that is, but I haven't checked yet. And then sway bar end link goes up here around the back. Why is this camera not focusing? Jeez. Here, let me brighten this up a little bit. So yeah, sway bar end link on the back. You can't really tell, but the bolt for it is right there, and then obviously the 3 bolts on the top. So I'm gonna leave the top connected. This is a trick that I've learned, is leave the top connected and deal with the bottom first. That way when you get this loose, you can just push down on the disc and you can like get this free. So I'm gonna unplug this guy, disconnect the sway bar, and then loosen the back, and we'll be able to push this down and free up the strut, and then we can unscrew from the top and pull it out. Okay, update. I got all the bolts off. Sway bar end link was easy, but the collar for the bottom shaft, it's not even a Torx. I think it's like a 12 point. I forgot what it's called, but I'll write it right here. So I used a Torx like slightly sideways, and it was definitely not the best way to do it, so I'll probably have to go buy one of these bits for when I'm putting it back on, because definitely don't want to torque it down and strip it by accident. So yeah, that was a pain, but make sure you have that tool. This was easy unclip, and then I kind of got the strut mostly out, but there's a little bit left, and it's at a bit of a weird angle, so I think it's binding. So now I'm going to unscrew it from the top, at least loosen it up so it can kind of wobble around in here and I can pull it all the way down. The strut bolts in right over here, so we're just going to have to take this panel off. I think it just pulls off. I don't really see any bolts or anything, so I think I'm just going to yank it up and see what happens. Okay, just kidding. Definitely don't just yank it up, because I didn't realize it's connected to this whole back piece as well, which means it goes and sits around the wipers, which I guess means we have to take the wipers off. Thanks a lot, German engineering, for making this way harder than it needs to be. So I guess we have to pop the cap off of this and take the wipers off, and then we can take this panel off to get to the top of the struts. For no reason. That's ridiculous, but classic German cars. Okay, just kidding. Apparently you can just pull this trim back, pull off a clip right here, and then kind of just move this to the side, maybe, and then you can kind of just hold it up and get to the bolts. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to have to deal with taking off wipers and shit, so we're just going to lift and slightly bend the plastic and then access the bolts from there. Alright, so I went over to AutoZone and I picked these guys up. They're triple square sockets, because, well, for one, I'm going to need it for the bolt that holds the collar on, and two, I can't get this strut all the way out because the axle is at too sharp of an angle and it won't let the arm drop. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get in here and unscrew these bolts and release the axle from the transmission, so we can drop this a little bit lower and get the strut out, which is a bit of a pain, but so be it. Needs to get done. So I'm going to pop these guys out, and we should be able to drop this and get the strut out. Yep, loosened all those, did the trick. This guy popped right out now. So it is free, and see how much play we have now, because this axle is pretty much completely out. So now we can just finish unscrewing the top, and we should be able to pull this guy right out. Alright, I was able to get the strut out pretty easily after we got the axle out, and I have it here next to the new one, and you can see we have probably a good 3.5 inches. This is almost as low as it goes. So we have a good 3.5 inches of lowering, but this spring will compress more than this. So I'm gonna estimate maybe a 2.5 inch drop, which should be perfect. I might have to lower it a little bit more. The only way to really know is to put it on the car. So let's get this guy on and do the others, and yeah, it's gonna take a while. Well, I got both the fronts in, and I will say that was a major pain. That's probably the hardest front coilover I've had to put on, just because of the axle. Axle on the driver or passenger side was definitely worse, just because it's longer. It goes farther in, so had to use double extendo, and I don't know, it was just a pain. But they're both in, so honestly it wasn't terrible. I mean, it just took longer than I expected, and then I had to go get those special sockets, but not too bad. I would definitely recommend a clamp. I forgot the word for it. It's like a clamp opener. The clamp that holds the strut in on the back. It's got like a little space, and there's a little piece you can get that spreads it. And I didn't have it, so I just jammed a flathead screwdriver in there, and it worked. But it just made it harder than it had to be. Took some finagling and moving around. I didn't film that much because there's a bunch of these installs already. So yeah, the fronts are in. I'm gonna move to the back. I hope they're gonna be easier than the fronts. Hopefully the rear axles don't get in my way as much. Otherwise I'm gonna be sad if I have to take those off, but they are much longer, so hopefully they have more droop, but the only way we're gonna know is to try it. So we're gonna move on, go to the back, and yeah, we're halfway there. Also, there were spacers on the car, so that fitment that was on there was not stock, which I should have known. No cars come with that good of fitment. I mean, checking out the spacer on this guy, it was like a, I don't know, 15, 20 mil? No, maybe 15. But still fat, so no wonder that makes a lot of sense. But honestly, that's good, because I was scared if I absolutely dumped this thing that my fitment was going to be an issue and that I was going to be rubbing, so at least I can mess around with spacers, and not like it matters. I have wheels coming in like a couple days, so whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna start. I think we need to take off the fender liner first to get to the bolts up top. So yeah, I'm gonna move the light over here so the camera can stop doing this. Okay, I got the driver's side rear done. I wanted to do it first just to make sure I knew what was going on before we jump into the other side. So I'll take you to the other side and we'll talk about it. Alright, so we got the OEM side over here. The first thing you have to do is remove this panel. A bunch of T20 bolts all over, pretty easy. And then there's 2 bolts at the top right here. And they're kind of slanted diagonally, so it's really easy to just pull this forward and out, which is super nice. There's 1 bolt down here, you can't see it, it's an 18. And then right behind it, and then right behind the spring, there's the connector for the sway bar, so you need to take that out. It's 13 on each side. Pull that out, disconnect the sway bar. You can easily pull this out with the 1 bolt on the bottom, 2 on the top. Pull that out. And then the spring was a bit of a pain, so I wasn't able to push this far enough down to pull the spring out. Luckily I had spring compressors, so I used those to compress the spring, and I was able to massage it out. It was a bit of a pain, but way better than taking out an axle, which is, I'm pretty sure, you would have to take out an axle on the R's to get the spring out if you don't have spring compressors. So luckily I had them, and I was able to use that, and I didn't have to do the axles at all. But just keep that in mind. If you don't have spring compressors, you might have to take out the axle. But other than that, very simple. Not that hard at all, honestly. Way better than the fronts. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side, button it all up, and then we can lower the car and see how much lower it is. So with these struts in the rear, you do have to take the top hat off, because these New ones do not have them, but it's pretty easy. They just have a little cap and you pop it off. And there's a little bolt, and it has a little thing that you can probably grab onto up here if you have a through bolt. But I'm just going to use vice grips on the main post and take it off. That's how I did the other one. Worked fine. So I'm just going to pop that cap onto this guy, throw it in here. The passenger side does have this tank over here that was kind of in the way, so it's just one bolt and it pops out and you can kind of throw it off to the side to access the two bolts up here. But that's about it. I'm gonna go throw the rest of this in and we can lower the car. Yes, let's go. The wheels are here. We got some HREs, 19, let's see, what do we got? 19 by 8.5. That's not true. They're the FF10 models, so I got a little bit of a story about these guys. So I went to Element Wheels, which are based here in Arizona, and huge shout out to those guys because I ordered these off their website, and I wanted them in like a gunmetal color, liquid silver. That's HRE's color for them. They're like a shiny metallic gunmetal, and I ordered it off the Element's website, and they told me that HRE actually discontinued these wheels in that bolt pattern and offset, whatever. So what ended up happening is they had black ones, and I don't really like black wheels. You can't really see the spokes or the design, and I didn't pay $2,000 for wheels just for, black wheels. So HRE, since they were pretty much direct from HRE, said that I could have free powder coating. So these guys are powder coated for free from HRE, which is amazing. So huge shout out to Element Wheels and HRE for getting these custom painted and for getting these on time, because I leave for Monterey Car Week tomorrow and I wanted to have them on the golf before Car Week just so I can go take pictures, and I will have a vlog up for that. I don't know if I'm going to put the vlog up before or after this video since I'm going tomorrow. But regardless, let's get these wheels open and see what they look like, because I'm super excited. My first set of like proper name brand wheels, and they're gonna look sweet. So, oh baby, I'm so excited. Let's see what we got. Oh my god, they are a little bit darker than I was expecting. Granted, it's not that bright over here. It is a matte bronze, which I think will look really good with the white. Oh, I'm so excited. These are gonna look so freaking good. Holy crap. Oh, they look so good. Alright, I'm gonna put this down and pull it out. Maybe we can get some beauty shots real quick. Okay, so these look amazing, as you can tell by beauty shots. I'm super pumped about these. So let's load them up in the car. Let's grab these tires. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit all these boxes in the Golf. I think we should be able to. That's why I got a Golf. Like, roll down the seats. Should be good. So let's pack this boy up. You want to know why hatchbacks are the best? 4 boxes of wheels, 3 tires on top, and then a tire in the passenger seat. Easy. Basically 8 sets of wheels, or 8 wheels. That's crazy. Can't do that in a sedan. Alright, I'm going to run these over to Discount Tire, get them mounted, get an alignment done. Since I put in the coilovers, I want to get an alignment, so just driving straight. Got an 11-hour road trip tomorrow to Monterey for Car Week, so that's a lot of tire wear if, the tow out isn't right or whatever. So we're going to go get this aligned, get these tires mounted, bring it back, and then I'm going to tell them not to mount the wheels. I'll do it here so I can put in the delete kit for the active suspension and mess around with spacers. I have a couple spacers lying around, so I want to see how it looks, how much I can run. Also, I haven't talked about the coilovers. I've had them installed for like a week, so we'll talk about that too when I get back. So let's do that. Okay, we are back. The car is in the garage. The wheels are in the trunk, and they look amazing with tires on them. Really glad I went with the bronze, seeing them again. Let's unload these guys and start lifting up the car. getting delete kit installed and then wheels on. We're gonna have to mess with spacers and see how fitment looks and kind of go from there. I think I'm gonna lower the rears a little bit more. Actually, before we continue, I do want to go over these coilovers because I've had them installed for a week and I don't know how I feel about them. This is the lowest the car will go in the front. It's not what I was expecting. It said 3 to 4 inches of drop on the box or online, and I probably got 2, maybe 2, yeah, probably about 2 inches of drop. So I still got some space here, but we'll see how the new wheels fit. I mean, it's pretty good. It's about the minimal low I would accept. So that's fine, but I wouldn't have got springs so tight if I knew my fitment was going to be like that. But you know what? Let's see how the wheels look, and we'll go from there. The ride has been pretty bouncy. 10K, 12K in the front, 10K in the rear. Pretty stiff for a Golf, but I kind of wanted that. After about a week of driving, they've kind of settled and worn in, and it's less bouncy for sure. Still feels pretty good. I think I need to mess with the dampening a little bit, but overall they feel good. They feel nice. I do have an air light. For anyone who's wondering if, okay, I take out the stock suspension, which have active suspension, how bad is it if you don't get the delete kit? At the moment, I can't tell in terms of, I've heard some things about it'll cut power, or maybe if you turn really hard it'll cut power, but right now I've been driving, all it does is give you a little warning light on the dash and give you a notification on startup. It doesn't ding or anything, it's not annoying, you just have a light on your dash, so meh. I haven't driven it too hard though, so maybe it does cut power under hard braking or hard turning, so just beware. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't really do much, but I do want that light to go away, so we will be installing the delete kit. But anyway, let's unload these wheels. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can definitely tell the bronze when sunlight hits it, and they look so good with tires. Literally looks like something you're going to put on a BMW or a Mercedes or something really nice, and you know, we're just going to throw them on a Golf. So, yep, basically an Audi. This thing's an Audi, right? Audi S3. Anyway, let's get these out. Okay, so we got KW's delete kit right here for active suspension. They're pretty small actually. I kind of thought they were going to be bigger, but that's fine. I don't know why these cost freaking $500, but they do, so yeah. Anyway, they come with these brackets. It looks like these kind of stick on here like this. You zip tie the bracket to the delete kit, and then you zip tie the bracket onto your suspension like that, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. So we're gonna throw these on. Should be pretty easy. I mean, literally you just plug them in. So yep, let's start popping wheels off. I think I'm gonna start in the rear and just kind of go around. I have to mess with spacers, so I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I don't know who the heck at KW thought, you know what, let's have 4 zip ties attach this thing to a coilover. I mean, come on, you can come up with a better solution for that. And this thing's $500, really? That's kind of insane. Obviously it's the electronics in here, but come on, you can do better than zip ties. I could do that. Okay, so in an attempt to achieve maximum lowness, I basically undid the rear coilovers and I pulled out this top hat where the adjustment is, and I took one of the rings out. So now it sits as high up as possible. So hopefully that'll help make it a lot lower, and I hope it's not too low, because otherwise I have to take out the whole suspension and put the ring back in. But I'd say it's worth it. It's worth the risk. I'm gonna bolt it back up and put the wheels on and see. Guys, removing that one collar was so worth it. Oh my god, the fitment in the rear is impeccable. The wheels look gorgeous. Oh my god. And so the fronts are, I don't know, they could be better, but they're not bad. They probably won't rub, so that's gonna be nice. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is a vlog. I haven't done one of these, I think, on this channel yet, but we're going to Monterey Car Week. It's gonna be pretty sweet, and we went, what, 2 years ago, and I took the Audi. It was really cool. So we're taking the Golf this year. I'm gonna squad up with Brandon. He's in his M4, I have the Golf, and we're gonna meet my cousin out there who has a really cool car I want to show you guys. He just got it imported, so stay tuned for that. That's gonna be freaking awesome. But we're gonna start off this vlog with installing car parts, because obviously that's what we do here. And I have a big box. Oh, I missed a big box, and I have carbon fiber parts in here, so that's exciting. So let's open up this box and show you guys what it is. Oh baby, we got a carbon wing. Look at this guy. Ooh, this is the best wing, I think, in my opinion. Obviously it's all subjective, but this is the favorite wing that I could find online. Besides one other that we might do if we wide body the car, we'll change it up. But this is good for stock body. I think it's pretty aggressive. It's very long. That's what one thing I noticed. Every aftermarket, oh my god, that's bright. Every aftermarket wing is really short. Like some of them just have the things sticking straight up. Some of them kind of match this and go up to here, but they're all so inwards that I didn't really like them. So I went with this one. I don't remember exactly what brand or name it is, but I'll put it right here. And so we're just gonna slap this guy on. I mean, obviously it's just a little bit of 3M tape, which when I say a little bit, I really mean a little bit. There's not a lot on here, so I think I can do this by myself. I hope I can line it up properly. So yeah, let's do that. I'll set this up on a tripod and get me doing it. Alright. Wow, that looks phenomenal. I like that a lot. Yep, that's super nice. I like that a lot. It's so aggressive. It sticks out so much. I think that really makes such a big difference from stock. Also, if you haven't seen the video, or I might actually not even post it until after this comes out, but I just got these HRE wheels installed literally 2 seconds ago. Got the coilovers on, so the fitment is impeccable. The wheels are beautiful. We'll obviously have some beauty shots later, but if you want to see wheels and coilovers installed, those are going to be coming out soon. But yeah, I am really tired. It is the day before, and I still have a bunch of stuff to do. I have to go play in my pool league, so that's going to be it for right now. I will see you guys in the morning when we are embarking to Monterey. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 5:30, and I am about ready to head out. I accidentally took the wing off. I think I misplaced it just slightly, and there was like a little bit of a gap right here, and I was just kind of nervous since it's an 11-hour drive. So I took it off. I think Brandon has some extra 3M tape that I might be able to use to put it back on, but I'm heading over to Brandon's right now, and maybe we'll throw the wing on. Otherwise we'll stop at Ace later in the day and get some 3M tape and stick it back on. So let's head over to Brandon's. I'm gonna stop. I need gas and an energy drink because I am tired. So yeah, let's get going. Well, we made it to Brandon's house. We got his M4 right here. Oh my god, he just got the front lip installed and it looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this trip. Hopefully he doesn't break his lip on the way there, but oh, I'm so excited. We got both of our cars here. We're gonna do a nice little road trip. Oh, it's so low right now. Holy shit.
you yelling SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat on the internet. We don't do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS, need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS, we don't talk checks, we get to it. We get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. SOS, thought you was a threat.